What is up, beautiful people? How is everybody doing? Listen, today I just want to talk about my job and what I do because I think it's pretty cool. I'm 25 years old and I work as a social media manager for a DMO, which is a destination marketing organization for the city of Durham in North Carolina. And it's pretty crazy because I dropped out of school about my third year in college. And so when I dropped out to pursue videography full time. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but at the time I was interning with the company and I was making really cool videos. We were traveling. The internship was unpaid for the first, 4-6 months. And it got to a point where I was telling them, balancing out doing this, working my job. Because I was a full-time student. I was working as a waiter at a restaurant, and then I was also working the internship for this company where I was head of production. I was doing all the videos, all the media for their social media, all that stuff. And I told my bosses for the internship, I didn't even ask them if I could get paid. I was just telling them it's just getting super difficult to balance everything out. And they were eventually they came to me, they were like, hey, how much do you make at the restaurant? I said $800 a month or something like that. And they're like, bet, we're gonna pay you $1,000 a month. And that was the first time I ever got paid consistently to do videography, which was a complete blessing. It was so awesome to experience that moment. And at that point, that was all I needed to finally quit school and everything. I was done. I was yo, I'm making $1,000 a month. No, and it has nothing to do with my degree because I was studying for business. I was actually studying for business project management, but I was shooting videos. And so yeah, that was what I was doing in my free time, which, there's a business side to videography in the sense of if you have a video company or you're doing freelance, there's a business side to it, but it wasn't necessarily what I was studying in school. So I was hyped. When I was making $1,000 a month, I was bump this. I feel like God really put this on my heart to pursue, so I'm gonna try to go full-time into this videography stuff. And that's what I did. And so I worked with that company, ended up leaving that. Things happened. They fell through because of COVID. So that ended up being the death of the company. Really great guys though. Ended up getting a side job working at FedEx, and then I did freelance videography, and then eventually I got an offer to work at Campbell University to do the social media for their wrestling team. And so I accepted that, traveled around the country with the guys, made amazing videos, worked with NCAA, UFC, all these different things. It was absolutely extraordinary. It was just, and the craziest thing for me was I dropped out of school, so I'm doing all these things. It was really crazy because I was working at a college and I dropped out of college. It was super funny. Shout out to the head coach because he really took a chance on me to work as their full-time social media director, and he really didn't have to do that. I really appreciate him for that, honestly, because that really helped start my career to where I'm at now. So ended up leaving there, did my own thing with freelancing and a couple side jobs, and then eventually I got the position that I'm currently at, where I'm working as a DMO. Not as a DMO, I'm working as a social media manager for the DMO. All that to say, you really, listen, just don't do anything stupid when it comes to following your passion, but if what you're doing is calculated and it makes sense, you can make it work. So in terms of social media, videography, video editing, which is everything that I do, you really don't need a degree for that. I've worked with a bunch of people in the media field, and if all they care about is if you can make cool videos, if you can make high quality content, you know how to shoot, you know how to record, you know how to edit. If you can do that, and then you can show, you need a portfolio, you need a strong portfolio to show that you know what you're doing. But if you can do that, no one gives a crap about a degree. Literally no one cares about a degree at the end of the day. That is just for show. You really do not need a degree. And to make sure I clarify this, you do need a degree for certain careers and certain jobs. But if you're in the media field, you don't need a degree. You know, there's certain jobs where you do not need a degree for. You're trying to get into sales, you don't really need a degree for that. Like, there's certain things you don't need a degree for. And like social media and marketing is turning into something where you don't necessarily need a degree for, because you'll see all these kids absolutely killing it in marketing and they have no degree. They just learned the game. They just learned how to make great content on social media, and that's what kind of happened for me. So I just got out of a shoot for my job, and I'm just, as you can see, I'm driving back. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. It's a complete blessing. I got to give my due diligence to God, because God has really put me in places at different times, at the right place at the right time. And a lot of people, like, if you're not a Christian, you're gonna say it's like luck, which is completely valid if that's what you believe in. But I am a devout follower of Christ, and there's just so many things I don't believe that it was a coincidence that things lined up the way they have in order for me to get where I'm at. So God has really done his thing to really put me in the right places at the right time, to meet the right people, shake the right hands, to be able to get me to where I'm at now, which is absolutely incredible. I have this job. As if you watch my last video, you know that I'm the sole income provider for my household, so I'm able to support my wife and my son. This job is a great amount of money, but it doesn't completely support like our expenses and everything. So that's why, you know, I got my moving company and my freelance videography that I do on the side as well. So, you know, I'm hustling, but you know, it's making things work. And so it's absolutely incredible. I'm able to do what I do. At 25, you know, there's a lot of people at my age that, you know, do not get to do what they love, or don't get to do anything close to what I do. And I don't take that for granted. And I appreciate everybody that's helped me to get to where I'm at. I appreciate God for helping me get to where I'm at. And yeah, I don't know so I guess this video is just about, like, you know, you don't need college for everything, depending on the job. But I mean, if you're getting into social media, videography, video editing, that kind of side of things, bruh, you definitely do not need school. I'm a living testament of it. But yeah, other than that, guys, appreciate y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Peace out. I'm signing off.